What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today. Alex Hoddle here, the Minnesota Outlook, mnoutlook.com. And today, I want to talk about these things right here. I got it charged with my USB on my computer. And they are electronic cigarettes, a more healthful alternative to traditional tobacco smoking. And according to proposed legislation, it's going through the House right now in Minnesota, they're considering this stuff actual tobacco. So they dictate to everybody what tobacco is because this liquid grew out of the ground, this stick grew out of the ground. It's because they said so. They wrote the definition for it. They're the masters of definition. They're the all-knowing. They are the brain trusts. They are the kings and queens. And anyway, so here, what spurred this video today was, I went to an e-cig shop. I needed to refill my juice here, which I got like a nice Turkish tobacco flavor. I don't like that fruity stuff. But they're proposing on every 30 milliliters of juice is sold, there's a $9 tax on it. A $9 tax. That's like a whole pack of cigarettes. And so, I'm like, oh, what's up with this? And I went to go look up the legislation and the authors of the bill. And lo and behold, no shit, only people who would ever think of this stuff would be, you guessed it, Democrats. Every single one of the authors of the bill is a Democrat. And they're all, from the academic institutions. They're just the know-it-all types who feel like they can just run people's lives. They are that is the most evil mentality you can ever have, that you can ever imagine. I don't know. Normal people just don't even think like that. They just don't think that they can run people's lives like that. So then I actually went to go check out what's in the bill, in the proposed legislation here. And it's Minnesota Bill HF 848 under Article 5, where it has all of this stuff. And they break it down into a couple categories, into liquid, e-liquid, that's what has just a ridiculous amount of nicotine per milliliter. Where was it here? Hold on. Bear with me. Yes, is a consumable material as a solution containing less than 50 milliliters of nicotine, milligrams per nicotine per milliliter, which if you consume that would probably kill you. So, whatever, that makes sense, even though, I don't know who would buy a 50 milliliter, thing of nicotine. You're probably pretty hardcore. I mean, like beyond John Wayne. But anything under that is proposed as consumable and subject to this tax. Even stuff without nicotine, according to advocacy group, Consumer Advocates for a Smoke-Free Alternative Association, which are trying to fight back against all these attacks on e-cigs all across the country. It seems just like Democrats just want to attack e-cig smokers, or vapors, I should say. Gosh, now this social engineering is even getting to me. So, and the funny thing is about this legislation here is that it is going to remove a mandatory $3 tax proposed on regular tobacco, like cigarettes, stuff like that. So it seems like that they're actually encouraging traditional smoking, having that shit in your lungs, as opposed to this vapor. And which vapor is nice in the wintertime because everybody has humidifiers in the wintertime because the air gets all dry. Wouldn't it be nice having a nice, kiwi strawberry humidity around going on? I mean, or maybe a vanilla cappuccino, or creme brulee or something. That'd be much more pleasant than, your freaking smoke going on everywhere. Which I'm not dogging smokers, I smoked at one point too, and I'm not dogging you guys. I mean, it's all good. Some of my friends are smokers, stuff like that. But it's the only thing that. Yeah, here it is. Special taxes, Article 5, Section 23, cigarette excess tax. Freezes the excess tax on cigarettes at the current rate of $3 per pack. So it freezes that. But meanwhile, that money gets replaced with this. So I'm wondering, I mean, this is just speculation here, that they're actually encouraging, people to get sick. So they might be in the big pharmaceutical industry here, or in the pocket of them, big pharma, because I mean, this is clearly they're promoting Democrats. All of them are Democrats. It was like 9 or something, or 6 or 7, 8 authors of this bill. All of them are Democrats. Minnesota DFL, and you look at even California, which is just a Democrat, just wonderland. And some of their legislation is just for e-cigs is just terrible. Where was it? It was somewhere. I was just scrolling through, e-cig laws all over the country. But man, California, boy, what a beautiful state. But I thought Minnesota was bad. It would just completely suck to live in California. I mean, you can't have 30 rounds in your AR-15. They say weed is legal, but it's not really legal. Just like alcohol isn't really even legal. After prohibition. I mean, you can't drink it on, in public. Maybe at the beach in some areas, or whatever. You might get caught. They might throw, but there's just all sorts of rules around alcohol that you can't do it. So it's pretty much regulated up one side and down the others. You're only allowed to do it in certain circumstances, like in your house with the blinds shut and under your bed. So. And then that goes to, another thing with the Sunday sales here in Minnesota. But even that is like they're charging liquor stores to be able to sell on Sundays, and they can only be open till 6. And it just comes with all sorts of strings attached. Like, you're lucky you're selling liquor on Sundays anyway. That's their mentality. Be thankful for us. And then you had heard on the radio that you had some legislator, I forgot his name, talking about, who's against the Sunday liquor sales. And he had that speech where there was a priest or minister in Germany during World War II who says, first they came for the communists. Well, I wasn't a communist, so it didn't matter to me. Then they went for the unions, and then that didn't matter because I wasn't a union. And they went for the Jews. It didn't matter, I wasn't a Jew. And then, but he applied that to Sunday liquor sales. I mean, this is how retarded our politicians are. I mean, and the thing about like state politicians is people don't really even pay attention to them. I mean, this day and age, people are mostly paying attention to what's going on in Washington, with Trump and then the crazy Democrats over there. But and I'm not trying to be like, I'm a Republican, but it just seems like they're the only good guys right now. I mean, the Democrats are just completely corrupt up one side, down the other. They just lie all the time. That's the only thing they know how to do is lie and do butt talk. I'm going to be working on an extensive video on butt talk later. But if you think about it, just give it a minute and think about butt talk. What's that? You'll probably kind of add up here because it's hard to define. But I'm going to try to define it as best as I can for you because it's just vague garbage that they say that's just meant to stir up emotions. So, yeah, watch out, Minnesota. You're going to get taxed some more for e-cigs, which are a completely healthful alternative to regular cigarette smoking or chewing or what have you. It's just vapor. It goes out. It doesn't stink. It dissipates. You're not going to tell someone's doing it in another room. It's just, it's not going to bring down a property value. It's completely, pretty much, I mean, there's probably some studies on it. I'm sure some of the ingredients, like the glycerol made from GMOs and the flavoring and all that, So it'd be nice to see more organic, kind of a clean vapor juice come out, e-cig juice come out with more cleaner nicotine that's maybe derived from organic tobacco. That'd be kind of cool to see. But but yeah, they're those libtards at the Capitol are definitely coming after you, uh, e-cig people and your businesses, and I guess they just don't want good things. They don't want innovation. They don't want alternatives. They don't want this kind of stuff. They're evil and with a smile on their face and telling you be thankful for they haven't done worse to you. Like the Beatles song Taxman. Yeah, what was it? Be thankful I didn't take it all, George Harrison says, "Be thankful I don't take it all." Da, 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 da. That's an awesome song. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. I'm Alex Heil, the mnoutlook.com. Check it out. If you got any stories or any tips or anything I should look into, feel free to email me, leave a comment on there. I'll always be looking at them. I'll try not to engage too much in the comments, because you don't feed the trolls. You don't do that, and they'll bait you into some BS. So thanks for checking it out, guys. Minnesota, stay tuned. Minnesota needs an alternative voice here, and I'm going to be the one delivering it best I can, fighting the Met Council that's unelected. And Republicans in the Capitol are doing a pretty good job at that. They want to dismantle it. And so-called Jesse Ventura, that is his name, but Jesse Ventura, so-called, conspiracy theorist, anti-globalist. I don't believe that at all. I don't know if he's stupid or he's in on it, because he's all for open borders, and he's had some really good things to say about the Met Council, and he appointed the Met Council, so he definitely colluded with them in their agenda. Anyway, that's it, guys. mnoutlook.com. I'll see you next time.